At Remedy Staffing of Atlanta, we know that you and your company have big goals and aspirations. And the biggest determinant of your company's success is your people. The key to winning in today's competitive marketplace is finding good talent. So in this quest for finding top talent, companies know that the hiring process can be very frustrating because the marketplace has gotten more unstable, and the challenge of finding that right person is more intricate than ever. Advertising on the web will get you lots of applicants, but the deluge of emails and phone calls from these applicants, many of which are unqualified, will sap your time, energy, and productivity. Trying to find that right person can make you feel a bit like taking a sip of water out of a fire hydrant. So if you've ever embarked on the big process of finding the right person for a position, you know many of the steps involved. You have to advertise and network for the position, sift through all the applications and resumes to narrow down your candidates, bring them each in for an interview, and then narrow down the field some more, bring them in for a second or maybe even a third interview, and then finally select a candidate. Then you know there are no guarantees with this new employee. After a month, you could find out the employee isn't working out, and maybe he or she even has questionable principles. In any event, you have to start the whole process all over again, costing you more energy, money, and most importantly, your time. Not to mention the risk of a lawsuit for whatever reason. With Remedy Staffing of Atlanta, we do that whole process for you, and you get the results. We do all the legwork with the job search and interviewing process that we talked about before, all the advertising, the applications, the interviews, and so on. Plus, we do reference checks, background checks, drug testing, integrity testing, workplace conduct training, and we assume the workman's comp liability for that employee. In other words, we are the employee of record for that individual. Therefore, Remedy Staffing of Atlanta assumes all the risk. And what that means to you is, in the event that the employee is not a good fit, replacing that individual is nothing more than a simple phone call. We give you what you want, good workers without the whole hiring process or legal worries. Now you might ask, how much does Remedy cost? Well, a lot of staffing companies start confusing their clients with terms like percentages, markups, and margins. At Remedy Staffing of Atlanta, we like to keep it simple with our $1.99 pricing strategy. What's our $1.99 pricing strategy, you ask? Well, with Remedy, you pay only $1.99 an hour, $2.99 for certain skill jobs, in addition to all the associated costs with having an employee. So how does that work? Well, to figure it out, you take the employee's salary, and then on top of that, you would factor in the fees and taxes that are required by law. There's the Social Security, Medicare, federal unemployment tax, state or Georgia unemployment tax, and workman's comp. The salary and all of these fees and taxes add up to what we call the typical costs associated with having an employee. On top of that amount, Remedy adds $1.99 an hour, $2.99 for certain skilled jobs. So what do you get for $1.99 an hour? Well, we've already mentioned a lot of the services that we provide for you. There's all the work entailed in the hiring process, the advertising for a position, the applications, the interviews, and so on. And then there's the screening services like the background checks, the reference checks, drug testing, integrity testing, and workplace conduct training. But in addition, there are ongoing employee services like health insurance, risk and safety training, certification training, counseling and coaching services, and workman's comp. Not to mention the benefits that we can provide for your company at no charge. Remedy Staffing will do complimentary OSHA mock inspections, safety signage and training programs, productivity assessments, and SHRM or HR training with continuing education credits. But the Remedy price also affords you the flexibility of hassle-free upsizing and downsizing for your specific needs. So when you look at the whole picture, Remedy Staffing is a great deal. And here's the best part. Remedy Staffing of Atlanta is unbelievably easy to work with. You'll find out with your first phone call to Remedy that we're real, hardworking people, just like you, who have the same goal as you do, growing your company with the best talent possible. Together, there's no stopping us. So go to RemedyStaffingAtlanta.com/GetRemedy. There you'll find more information and contact information so that you can give us a call or fill out a request. We're Remedy Staffing of Atlanta, and we can't wait to hear from you.